Since we're talking about defensive linemen, Buckner came out and said something along the lines like, "I can't help but to notice that the Hargrave contract is similar to what I wanted." That
Yeah.
guy's hurt, man. That guy is so hurt that the 49ers, like, he still wants to be
That's
in
not
the
how
49er
I
uniform.
know Buckner. I know Buckner.
Okay.
To me, I think he's not hurt. He's incredulous.
Okay.
He's one of the best football players in the world. He does everything right. You know, he's like he was the leader of the defense. And I think he still can't believe that anyone would trade him. Like, me? What did I do wrong? What did I do? I did everything right. I was here from when you sucked to when you were good. I was a leader. I was on the field. I was durable. I was literally everything you could want. And you traded me? I still think he's just like, wow. But that's because to me, he is a legit cornerstone player. A legit cornerstone player. Maybe not a Hall of Famer, but one of the better players of his generation at his position.
I agree. But there was talks that the Colts were going to let him go this offseason.
Well, they're going nowhere. But they didn't because he's a cornerstone player.
Right.
That's I'm just saying. Yeah. But I saw.
I don't know.
It did come across as a little salty. It was a little salty. It's very salty.
Yeah, for sure.
It's salty.
I get it.
I feel him though. It's like, well, forget what he thinks. What I think they always should have kept him. He's a cornerstone player. Armstead isn't. Armstead's good. This guy's excellent. And now it feels like it kind of does feel like an admission. Like, you know what? Maybe we should have found a way to keep both of them. The problem was they had DeForest under contract, and that was a problem. He's making a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
That was a problem.
A lot changes in 2 years. And the way that I see it is, I actually thought in that moment it was the right move because at that point, with DeForest on the roster, they were kind of making a decision. Armstead and Ward and this first round pick or Buckner. Now they screwed up on the first round pick, and that's ultimately
if they had taken Tristan Wirfs, it would have looked like it would have looked smart.
Nobody would have beat.
But that's the problem. If you trade Buckner for a pick, you kind of can't take best player available. You have to replace him with that pick, which leads to bad decisions. Bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? It does.
And we've talked about
you have to take the D tackle. If it wasn't Kinlaw and you had to take a D tackle, who's it going to be? So all of a sudden you start looking at Kinlaw through rose-colored glasses, like drunk glasses. Like, oh, he looks great. It's like, what about his knee? What knee? He's perfect. It's like, I don't know, man. You created this situation for yourself.
Yeah. It's 1:55. The bar closes in 5. Kinlaw's pretty hot, actually.
Exactly. That's what happened. Whereas, hey, man, Tristan Wirfs is way hotter. But he doesn't put, it's not a need for you right now. Like, look, dude, go back and look at his combine performance. What do you run, a 4.8? How did you not take that?
Yeah. I mean,
it was right there. It was like a no doubter. You knew McGlinchey was mid at best. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. But that's also what would have been scary about if they had traded Debo, which we've talked about. Hey, you know what? You could have done a lot of good things by trading Debo last offseason and not paying him. But they would have done the same thing. They would have drafted a receiver. They would have somehow screwed it up, and it would have been a disaster. So I don't know.
Still, though, a 6'8", 3-tech who's solid against the run, a leader, and gives you a consistent 8 to 9 sacks a year. Like, dude, good luck finding another one of those.
Yeah, I mean,
the way I always felt about it was like they got him with the 7th pick in the draft, and frankly, he outperformed his draft position. If they redrafted that, he would go higher. And they traded him for the 13th pick. Like, that never made any sense to me, ever.
Yeah.
But I'm just a DeForest Buckner fan. I got his jersey, got a fat head, got his.
I'm an Oregon guy. I love Buckner. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just felt like in that, I'm not going to rewrite history and how I felt in that moment when they made the trade, and I understood everything that was in front of him. I was like, you know what, I like Fair it. Enough. I mean, this is probably a smart decision. Now, again, drafting the wrong guy that you screwed it up at that point. But there was
legit. There was blue chip talent there. There was blue chip talent there. There really was.